Well, I'm having trouble sleeping and I'm stuck on my side, 'cause I haven't figured out this faith of mine.
Hey guys, today I'm traveling to Vancouver, down to the border to hopefully successfully flagpole, which is not entering America but turning around the flag essentially to re-enter and activate a new visa. The purpose for that will be to change my job over to I don't know, something I've been looking forward to for a while, so hopefully it's successful, and let's find out.
So be still, you don't always have to have an answer. Well, I'm figuring out you don't always have to figure it out. Well, I'm listening hard for the voice in the room, like your baby wishing with the bear in the moon. So I'm staring down into the...
So today went successfully, and I successfully flagpoled and got my new visa. For those of you that don't know or are unaware of what flagpoling is, it's essentially when you go to the Canadian and US border and cross around the customs of the USA without actually going any further, and then coming back into Canada to reactivate a new visa. Yeah, it was very nerve-wracking because there is a risk, potential risk of not getting accepted or not being allowed to flagpole. So it was a 3.5 hour trip there to take that risk, and obviously with COVID restrictions as well, it makes it a little bit more difficult too. So yeah, essentially drove up to the Canadian border, got out of the car at the Canadian customs side, walked over to the first border agent I found and asked her about possibly doing a flagpole, and she advised me to go into the car and drive down to the American customs, tell them that you want to flagpole. They will put a yellow sticker on your car, and then you will drive around to where they will assess you and what you're trying to do at the the USA customs. You give over your passport and your current visa, and they'll go and assess that and come back hopefully and allow you to go back into Canada. One thing to note, if you're not fully vaccinated, you will have to do 2 weeks quarantine. However, if you do not leave the vehicle within the USA customs area, you're exempt from the but you don't need to be vaccinated and you don't need to do quarantine. So I went that way because I simply didn't want to do any quarantine, and yeah, it was successful. Drove back round to the Canadian border, where they asked me why I was here. I just showed them that I had a IEC visa ready to be activated. So yeah, you need your offer of employment, your health insurance for the entire time you expect to stay there, and it covers IEC, your passport and your letter from Canada asking you to activate your IEC visa. When I got to that gate, they processed that and told me to park at the Canadian customs area and go inside and process your visa. So yeah, simply got through, parked up beside the Canadian customs, and walked into the Canadian custom office, and one of the border agents simply processed the visa, checked out my letter of employment and insurance, and activated my visa. So yeah, that was it. Simple. Only probably took about maybe an hour and a half with all the processes, but every step was nervous because yeah, I didn't know whether I was going to get through and get through without quarantining. So been very, very happy that I don't have to quarantine, and I got a new visa, so we can start looking at the new job and how we're going to move there. So new things to come.
Hi. Hi. How'd you go?
Got it.
Oh, yay! Was it hard?
No, but it was terrifying.
Was it? Why? Yeah, lift up.
Because when I went into the US border,
Dad's telling something. Pardon?
when I went into the US border, the car in front of me, the US border guy came out and said, "You have to go inside." And they were like, "No, we don't want to leave the car." Like, "No, you have to go inside." "No, we don't want to leave the car." He says, "This is the last time I'm telling you, you have to get out of your car and get inside."
Oh my
He
God.
was really pissed off. And I was just like, I was dealing with a lady and she was nice, and I was just like, please keep being nice.
Yeah.
And then also when I got to the car part, I got out to walk into the Canada border place to ask what to do, and there's two ladies outside, like border patrol ladies, and they're like,
yeah, hang on.
I says, "Oh, I'm just here, I'm hoping to Flagpoled today." And she says, "Oh, just follow that man there." And I was about to walk with him, and then she's like, "Oh, wait, do you have a car, or do you have..." I was like, "Yeah, I have a car." "Oh, you can take your car right here." And I was like, I was almost going to walk. I was like...
Then you would have had to quarantine.
No, I don't have to.
No, but then you would have if you walked.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So then I got the thing, and then when I got to the Canadian border, they asked if I had the vaccine. I said no, and then I had to go into the office in there, and the guy took literally 5 minutes.
And then you had it.
Just give him the insurance, give him the letter and the position, the job offer. Yeah, and he was like, "Yep, no problem, just give me 5 minutes." And
your passport.
Done. Yeah.
Yeah. Oh, that's good. That's really good. Now we can move and you can quit. And what's that? Is that your new one?
That's the new one.
So now I need to find a rental and resign, give your notice, find a rental, get a removalist truck. That's exciting. So we'll be in Alberta for Christmas.
I'm just glad that's done.
Yeah. So you don't have to worry about a visa for 2 years now?
Yeah. So I'm just going to try and find my way home, and then that's it, coming home.
Hi guys, welcome back. Obviously Conor got his visa and was able to flagpole, and we're really excited to move to Alberta.
Yeah, it's going to be fun. Can't wait to get on the road.
In case you can hear, there's a tractor in the background. We've put the mic on hoping that will get rid of some of the background noise, but it's very busy on the ranch this time of year. So
that's right, Riley.
What's wrong?
He spotted the tractor.
Oh. Yeah, so we've just poured ourselves a whiskey to celebrate that Conor got the visa, and we just thought we'd run down what our plans are and also let you guys in on a few tips for the whole flagpoling process. So when Conor went to go flagpole, obviously we're doing it at an awkward time with the whole COVID situation. People have vaccines, people don't have vaccines, we're not vaccinated. So there's that whole issue of quarantine at the moment in Canada. If you leave Canada and come back in, you have to quarantine. And when you flagpole, you're not actually going into the US, are you?
No, you're going through the American customs, but you don't technically go into America.
Yeah, so
It's a very grey line.
The whole thing with flagpoling, if an officer lets you do it, is if you exit the vehicle and walk across, when you come back across into the Canadian side, you have to quarantine. I'm pretty sure it's 2 weeks, or maybe it's 3 days. 2 weeks?
I'm not sure. Yeah,
I can't remember.
I think it was still 14
Basically,
days
you
when
have
we
to
did
quarantine. And when Conor arrived, well, you can tell them what the officer said.
Yeah, I asked for information on flagpoling, and the Canadian Border Patrol lady advised me to walk across the border itself.
But she was really nice, wasn't she?
Yeah, thankfully I just questioned it and said, is there a possibility I can drive, because I don't want to quarantine? And yeah, then she realised what I was after, so she advised me what route to take, and not to leave the vehicle. So
yeah, so luckily Conor didn't, otherwise he would have had to quarantine, and then we would have had to give 2 weeks notice after that, and then work would have been wondering why on earth he has to quarantine, because we're now moving.
Yeah.
So that all worked out easy. I have written down everything we had to, or Conor had to do. I actually wrote it in order, so then he would know exactly how to flagpole from research we did on Facebook. On a Facebook page. Basically, you pulled into the car park, didn't you? On the Canadian side. Oh, where did you go? Peace Arch?
yeah, we went to the Peace Arch border and pulled into the Canadian side of the border, and that's where I asked the Border Patrol lady that was standing outside in the car park. Yeah, once I got my directions, then I got back in the car and took the route round down through the border, just as you would if you were intentionally going to America.
And did she ask for a passport at that point or not? No idea.
No. So the first time you get stopped officially is at the US border, and I just told them at the gate that I want to do the flagpoling option. So yeah, they all knew what I was talking about, and they redirected me back round to the customs to take a diverted route back into Canada.
Did you have to go in the open lane, not the arrive can lane? Is that right?
So when I got to the US customs,
hang on, just one sec. Riley's yelling. What's wrong?
So when I got to the US customs, I told them I was flagpoling. I gave them my information, the visa.
Red face. So close, on the tree over there.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh, that's cool.
It's like...
Go see it. Sorry.
Okay.
Sorry. Yeah, I gave them my information. I had to give passport and application for the visa to the American custom borders. The lady was really nice. She went inside and processed it, and when she came back out, she told me just to stay in the vehicle and follow her through to a gate that would essentially take you back to the Canadian border. And once I got to that gate, she handed back my passport, my paperwork, and gave me a letter that actually said that I had not left the vehicle, which is important to get rid of that quarantine. And yeah, drove back to the Canadian border, probably queued there's probably 6 or 7 cars in front.
Were they all flagpoling or just different stuff?
No, but there was quite a few people flagpoling. Seemed to be quite.
We've heard that the
custom
Peace
thing.
Arch place is entry or whatever is the best place to go for the officers allowing you to do it. So
Yeah.
little tip if you're in BC.
So just got back to the Canadian border, told them I was flagpoling. They looked at my visa, passports, etc. Asked me a few typical border patrol questions. You know, what are you carrying? Who's in the vehicle? And then asked me just to pull into the car park and go into the Canadian border. So at that stage, you're back in Canada and you are allowed to exit the vehicle. So as I got to the car park, obviously went inside with all of my paperwork, which was the the passport, the job offer,
the contract.
you need insurance for as long as you intend to stay. And was there something else?
Did you need your old permit? Your old
you
work
need
permit?
it. Sorry, you need the letter of for your visa itself that you were applying for.
Yeah. And also, if you're fully vaccinated, you don't need a job offer at this point. It always changes. Obviously, do your own research, but we're not vaccinated, so that's why Conor needed a job offer.
Yeah, so they went inside, met another border patrol agent there, gave him all my documents, explained what I was there for, and probably took 10 minutes to process, and got a valid visa.
Also, make
Ready to
sure
go.
that when you get your new visa, to make sure that it is for the amount of time that you like for 2 years, because sometimes they write it wrong. And also, you need travel insurance. Some officers don't check apparently, but they did with you. So as long as you've got 2 years travel insurance, then you're good to go. If you only get 1 year or 6 months or whatever of your travel insurance, they will only give you a visa for that amount of time, and you cannot pay monthly and just cancel it. You have to do the whole 2 years. So
There's specific insurance groups that are for those visas. So.
Yeah, so I'll put in the description below the way we went about our insurance and the company we used.
Oh my goodness. Don't get stuck.
I didn't.
So that's pretty much it for the flagpoling. For our plans of moving to Alberta. Oh, can you take that one for me? For our plans of moving to Alberta, Conor will be working at a tractor dealership, sort of what he was doing, not his last job in Australia, but before, a little bit more advanced than that, north of Calgary. And we'll be looking for a rental property around that area. We have been trying to look for acreage, 5 acres or so, or even less. Anything we can get that we could have horses on. But unfortunately, it's either $4,000 a month or so $1,000 a week, or there's nothing available.
Yeah.
Or they're just one room or basement apartments on a little farm, and we don't want that. Cool, buddy. So if you guys know of anything, that'll be great. Otherwise, we'll be renting in suburbia, a regular house, and then if we do get horses, we'll be stabling them, but obviously that's quite expensive. Winter is coming, so that's okay. If we wanted 6-month lease in the city, what?
Winter's coming.
Winter's coming. That's Game of Thrones, in case no one knows what the hell we're on about. Winter's coming, so we probably wouldn't be riding anytime soon anyway, but most of the rental properties want you to sign a year lease, unfortunately, and I don't want to be stuck in the city for a year. So if you guys know of anywhere around like Cochrane or Airdrie or that sort of, so we want like northwest sort of,
ideally.
Not too far north, obviously, but if we can afford it and there's something there. The plans when we leave here, we're actually leaving in less than 2 weeks. Connor's given a week's notice, week and a half notice or something.
Yep, 2 weeks.
To work, which is more than he had to. And we have hired a U-Haul truck. The plan is for me to drive our truck with the dogs in the back and the kids in the truck and a few essentials. And Connor's going to be driving behind with the big, huge truck from U-Haul, carrying all our stuff. So we're just doing the whole move ourselves. Do you want to get her toy?
There's nothing under there. I think she's delusional.
A dog's whining because she wants a dog toy and it's stuck underneath the veranda stairs. Basically, so we're doing it ourselves. It's a 9-hour drive roughly, driving from here through Banff National Park, like Revelstoke, then Banff National Park, and then out towards Calgary. I have booked a 1-night accommodation in a secret location that Conor doesn't know about yet, between here and Calgary in the mountains, for us to stay 1 night with the dogs.
Lake Louise, is it?
No, it's not Lake Louise. Super expensive though. It's probably the same price as that. There was nowhere middle from here and there.
Yeah. Plus
we could have stayed in Revelstoke, but then there was nothing that would allow dogs.
You needed something to accommodate dogs.
Yeah, so it cost a bloody fair amount. So it cost a lot of money, but it's one of those places where it's really pretty, so yeah, it's worth it. Then we're going to drive from there to Calgary, where we've hired a storage unit, dropping all our furniture off there except the things we need on us. Then we're driving to U-Haul, and we're dropping the U-Haul off, the truck that we've hired. Then we're driving in our truck to a dog kennel in Cochrane, dropping the dogs off. This is all in Alberta, obviously. Dropping the dogs off for 6 days, and we're heading back to the mountains. It's going to be a very busy day. To Canmore, so about an hour and a half from where we were, back to the mountains to stay 5 nights in Canmore. So we're really excited to have a little holiday and see a bit of Banff and everything at a different time of year. Because last time we went, it was winter. And
I don't think the lakes will be frozen over just quite yet.
No,
so.
we might be able to see that turquoise Lake Louise now rather than the frozen. So yeah, that's the plan. We're really, really excited. Obviously, we're going to miss BC, and we haven't seen barely any of it. But this is where the money is at the moment. This is where Connor's job's taking us. We'll be able to save up a lot more, eventually buy that RV and travel the whole of Canada and possibly the US and Alaska and stuff. So down the track.
Yeah, 6 months.
No. Are you on $1 million or something?
Oh, you're planning.
But that's the plan, and obviously we want to buy our own ranch. So I know it's not, a few people have been commenting that, oh, you haven't given BC a chance and stuff, but we're not seeing it that way. We always plan on going to Alberta. That was the plan since 2012,
Yeah, we'd set our focus on Alberta. The opportunity arose to get to Canada sooner by choosing BC, but...
Yeah, because COVID hit, the reason why we came to BC was because the new law was, or rules were, that you needed a job offer in an essential job.
Yeah.
My words are not coming out. This is only my first whiskey too. In an essential job, and that was agriculture, and we got this job, and we're so glad we did. So yeah, we've really enjoyed our time on the ranch. It's been amazing here. The wildlife we've seen is unbelievable. We've met really nice people.
Yeah.
The kids have had an absolute ball. It's been nice to have them outside and playing with friends and not worrying about them, other than bears obviously, but and coyotes. But what's that noise?
The kids down there.
No, it sounded like Wolf's stomach.
No, it was down there.
Oh. Wolf's our dog, in case you're near here. Yeah, we've really enjoyed it. I mean, we wouldn't have seen the wildlife that we've seen. We see like a bear minimum, a bear a day.
Yeah, even the locals have said this has been a really crazy year for bears, and partially because it's been a dry year, and also the wildfires not so far away from us.
So they're all trying to get
driven
over this
them down
way.
closer to the irrigated ground. So
Yeah.
we quite often see 2 or 3 bears from our back garden.
Oh yeah, from the kitchen window. So yeah, that side of it's been amazing, and meeting all the people on the ranch. And I did think when we were moving to a ranch we'd see a lot more of cowboys and horses and cowgirls, but unfortunately it's sort of segregated, and the cowboys are that end, and this is more the farm crew, which is like the cropping side and the admin side, family side, which isn't an issue, but I sort of imagined I'd have a horse.
I think that would be more for a smaller family-run ranch, but this is
the largest cattle ranch in
so
Canada.
It's
very corporate.
Yeah, it's run more corporate than most ranches, I suppose.
Yeah, so time to move on, new adventure, and yeah, you'll be seeing more of us.
Area. Here, there. Yeah.
Kids playing tractors.
Park.
Oi, mister, little quiet, we're about to finish. Yeah, so your future videos will be about, travelling Canmore, Banff, hiking, Christmas. We're going to have our first real Christmas tree.
Yep.
Christmas in Canada. It'll be snowing instead of 47 degrees Celsius in
real
Australia.
Christmas.
And Halloween. Tilly's so excited about Halloween. So you'll be seeing more of that. I'm hoping to go pumpkin picking and all that with the kids, aren't we?
Yeah, it'd be nice. I think with this new job and the way we'll be set up, we'll have a little bit more time to use the weekends doing fun activities rather than chores.
Yeah.
So,
This down.
You want this back bit off?
Yeah.
no,
I'm gonna get covered
I
in
told
dirt
him
here.
don't do it because it breaks. You're gonna.
It's not broken. I'm good. Do you want this one? You be
Off you
careful,
go.
watch your head. Yeah, so that's the tea.
That's the tea.
That's the tea.
Is that what's that saying?
Do you not know that saying?
That's the tea.
Oh my god, how do you not know that?
My hair isn't naturally blonde or red. It's fucking fabulous, and that's the tea.
Are you joking?
No, I'm not joking. What?
It's like today he said, I said, is there something in my eye? And he goes, yeah, it's on your eyelid. And I was like, but it feels like it's under here, like the bottom of my eye. And he's like, yeah, it's on your eyelid. I'm like, it doesn't feel like there's something on my eye. Anyway, he's like,
See-
Google it. It's called an eyelid under there too. It is apparently. I did not know that. That underneath here is the upper eyelid and then the lower eyelid.
So the thing to take
So
away from this
stupid.
is I'm always right.
No. Anyway, let's wrap this up. That's the tea.
See ya.
See ya.
Well, I'm having trouble sleeping and I'm stuck on my side. 'Cause I haven't figured out this faith of mine.